In this video, I'll teach you how to make a rectangular prism or a box. Okay, step number one is to draw a line 4 inches from the top of your cardboard. And everybody will get a piece of cardboard like this one. So the first thing you should know about using a ruler though is that you should always start with the 0 line. This represents 0 inches. It's the first line on the ruler. It's also a long line. The long lines represent inch marks. So we have 1 inch, 2 inches, and then 3. You don't want to start at the very edge because that will be inaccurate. You got to start at this line. Also make sure you're on the inches side and not the centimeters side. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. But it wants us to make a mark at 4 inches. So first, line up your ruler with the edge of your cardboard. And then hold down the cardboard and the ruler, and then just make a mark right here at this long line next to the number 4. That's 4 inches. And then you're gonna go to the top of your cardboard, line up your ruler at the 0 again, and make a mark near the top at 4 inches. Now that you have 2 tick marks, you can just take your ruler, line up your 2 tick marks so they're sitting on top of that metal line right here, and then just draw a line going through them. There you go. And then step number 2 is to draw a line 8 inches from the top as well. So now I just go, start at the 0, go all the way down to 8, make a mark at the bottom, and then just do the same thing at the top. So just line up your ruler at the 0, and then make a mark at 8. And then you guessed it, just rinse and repeat, line up the 2 tick marks, and then just draw a line. Okay, it also says to draw a line 11 inches from the top too. I believe that this piece of cardboard should be 11 inches. Yeah, so you don't have to do that, it's already 11 inches. Okay, step number 3 is to divide. Let me zoom out a little bit. Divide the final section, which is this section, in half by drawing a line 1.5 inches down from the 8-inch line. So let's zoom back in. Okay, so I'm going to the final section. I just line up the 0. You can see that my ruler ends at 3. We're looking for 1.5. So if you look at 1 and you look at 2 inches, right in the middle, there's a halfway big line. It's not as big as the inch line. That's what we're looking for. This is 1.5. So make a mark there. Now line up your ruler near the top, line up the 0, make a mark at 1.5. And there you go, just draw a line connecting the 2 tick marks. All right, the next step. Okay, this is the last couple of steps. Number 4 is to divide one of the 3x4 rectangles. So we're just talking about like this section. With a 1.5 inch line down the center. So notice how the ruler looks in the picture. Let's just zoom in on this. Okay, so just take your ruler. I would go to the bottom of your line right here. Line it up at the 0. We're just going to 1.5 again. So go to 1.5. And then I'd go near the top of your rectangle. Sorry, let me move it right here. Line up the 0, make a mark at 1.5. Now I'm just going to connect these 2 lines. There you go. And that's pretty much all you need to know for right now. The next step is just to cut out the pieces and assemble it, but you can worry about that later.